Welcome to the Mayanot moment. In the end of chapter 12 of the Alter Rebbe's Sefer Tanya, which is also known as the Sefer Shal Beinanim, the book for the average man, the Alter Rebbe teaches us a very important, a very curious lesson. The Alter Rebbe says that the minute it should occur to you to be angry at someone, or have a feeling of hatred, chas v'shalom, or vindictiveness, or vengefulness against another person, what should a person's proper response be? His mind should rule over the feeling that's occurred to him from his heart, and should cause him to respond in the exact opposite way than he would like to. To respond with kindness and affection, not to pay back this person's just desserts, but adirabba, to be goimel l'chayovim toivos, to bestow good in response to the bad that was done to him, which is a very bizarre kind of concept. And as a proof for this idea, the Alter Rebbe refers us to the Zohar, which says that we learn this lesson from the story of Yosef and his brothers that we read in this week's Parshat. Because Yosef's brothers, who had conspired originally to kill him, and then thrown him into a pit filled with snakes and scorpions, sold him into slavery, faked his death, cast him into exile, left him for dead. But nonetheless, when they came to Yosef asking for help, Yosef responded with the kindness and the affection of a brother, offered to settle them in the Meitav Haaretz, in the best part of the land of Egypt, and to take care of all of their needs, both physically and spiritually. And the reason why Yosef was able to take this attitude, this course with his brothers, we see in the words of Yosef. He tells them, I recognize it is not you who sent me down here, Ki ha'elikim. It was Hashem who sent me down. And even though atem chashavtem alay ra, and even though your intent was to do me harm, Elikim chashava l'toiva. I recognize that Hashem's intent was ultimately for the good. You intended to give me a cup of poison, but it turned out to be a cup of wine. And I understand that whatever comes from Hashem is ultimately for the good. As we say, Gam zu l'toiva, this is also for the good. So whatever you could dispense to me, whatever harm you could intend to do to me, I understand that whatever is befalling me really is coming from Hashem. And you're nothing more than the messenger, you're nothing more than the shliach. But as the shliach, I'm obligated to pay you for the good that you're delivering to me. Chamra lamara, the wine maybe belongs to the master, but tivusa l'shakye, the tip has to go to the waiter. Now even though this lesson we learn from Yosef, HaTzadik, Yosef's a tzaddik. Yosef sees things below the way they are above from Hashem's perspective. But nonetheless, the Alter Rebbe brings this down in the Sefer Shal Beinanim, the book of the average man, in chapter 12, which speaks specifically about the avodah of the Beinani. So we understand that to cultivate this attitude and to cultivate this perspective, and that whenever we're wronged or whenever we're done harm by a person, to be able to see through the superficiality and to be able to respond with kindness, this is actually something which is incumbent upon every Jew and is actually reflects the essence of what it means to be a Jew. Have a good Shabbos.